get ready, crypto enthusiasts, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding, and you are not going to want to miss what's happening right now. We're diving headfirst into a universe of mind-blowing developments that are reshaping the entire landscape. From groundbreaking events on the global stage to massive strategic moves by industry titans, the pace is relentless, and staying informed is absolutely key. If you want to be ahead of the curve, if you want to know what's driving the market and what's coming next, you've come to the right place. We've got a packed show with updates that will redefine your understanding of the digital asset space. So buckle up, because this is Bitcoin Bulletin, and you're about to get the unmissable intel. First up, we're exploring a fascinating shift in how major digital assets are being viewed. Are we seeing a fundamental change in how people approach their investments, a new paradigm emerging that could redefine asset allocation as we know it? This development could have massive implications for your portfolio and the future of digital finance. Then, get ready for a historic moment as a nation prepares to host a landmark event that promises to bring together global experts to discuss the future of cryptocurrency, financial freedom, and cultural innovation. This isn't just another conference. It's a state-sponsored gathering set to transform a historic center into a hub of groundbreaking ideas and discussions. And finally, we're talking about a titan of the industry making colossal moves, buying up a significant amount of a key digital asset. This isn't just a casual purchase. It's a strategic accumulation that could signal major market confidence. Plus, we'll touch on how another major player is restructuring its approach, with immediate positive effects on its market performance. Stay tuned for all the details and make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you never miss an update. A new allocation era. We're witnessing a potential seismic shift in the world of digital assets, prompting a crucial question. Is this the dawn of a new paradigm in crypto asset allocation? This isn't just about individual coin performance. It's about a broader, more strategic approach to how these powerful assets are being integrated into diversified investment portfolios. The way investors are thinking about and distributing their capital across different digital currencies and related assets might be undergoing a fundamental transformation, moving beyond simple speculation to a more sophisticated, long-term integration strategy. This evolving perspective could have profound implications for market stability, the adoption of new technologies, and the very definition of what constitutes a modern investment portfolio. As the digital asset space matures, such strategic reevaluations are not just interesting. They are critical indicators of future market direction and investor confidence. The conversation is no longer just about which asset will go up the most, but how these assets can work together to achieve broader financial goals, potentially creating new benchmarks for risk and return in the process. This development has sparked considerable debate among financial analysts and investors alike, with many speculating on the long-term impact on market dynamics and traditional financial instruments. Some see it as a sign of increasing maturity in the crypto space, while others remain cautious about the inherent volatility. The community is actively discussing how these shifts could influence regulatory approaches and the development of new financial products. The implications are far-reaching, potentially affecting everything from venture capital funding to the way individuals plan for retirement. It's a complex web of interconnected factors, but the underlying trend points towards a more integrated and strategic view of digital assets within the broader financial ecosystem. But is this a singular event or part of a larger trend? Stay with us as we explore the next big story shaping the crypto landscape. San Salvador gears up for historic Bitcoin Summit. Prepare for a truly monumental event as San Salvador, El Salvador, gets ready to host the world's first state-sponsored Bitcoin conference, aptly named Bitcoin Historico. This isn't just another gathering. It's a landmark occasion set to unite global experts, innovators, and enthusiasts from November 12–13, 2025, in the heart of the nation's historic center. The two-day summit, orchestrated by the National Bitcoin Office, is poised to be a pivotal moment for discussions surrounding cryptocurrency, financial freedom, and the cutting edge of cultural innovation. Early bird tickets are already available, offering the flexibility to purchase with either Bitcoin or traditional fiat currency, making it accessible to a wide audience. The transformation of San Salvador's Centro Histórico into a vibrant hub for dialogue, workshops, and cultural exchange is set to be a spectacle. Keynote addresses will emanate from the prestigious National Palace, with live broadcasts extending to the bustling Plaza Gerardo Barrios. Complementing these central events, additional sessions will unfold at the historic National Library and the Grand National Theater, ensuring a rich and multifaceted experience for all attendees. The speaker lineup reads like a who's who of the Bitcoin world, featuring luminaries such as billionaire investor Ricardo Salinas, influential author Jeff Booth, renowned Bitcoin advocates Max Kaiser and Stacy Herbert, and the visionary Lightning Network developer Jack Mallers. Industry heavyweights Pierre Rochard, Jimmy Song, Darren Feinstein, and Lena Sage are also slated to share their insights, promising a comprehensive exploration of the cryptocurrency landscape. This significant event arrives as El Salvador, which currently holds 6,220 BTC, has recently amended its constitution to extend presidential terms, allowing President Nayib Bukele to serve another term. The conference agenda is ambitious, aiming to tackle critical issues including regulation, infrastructure development, energy consumption, financial inclusion, the complexities of price volatility, and the crucial aspect of public understanding. The goal is to provide a roadmap for developing nations looking to leverage the power of cryptocurrency for economic empowerment and innovation. The announcement coincides with a notable recovery in Bitcoin's price, which has surged back above $109,175 after a recent dip. Institutional demand remains robust, exemplified by the Japanese company Metaplanet's recent acquisition of 1,009 BTC, and significant weekly inflows of $440 million into U.S. spot ETFs. Furthermore, the anticipation of potential Federal Reserve rate cuts is seen as a factor that could further bolster Bitcoin and other risk assets, adding another layer of excitement to the current market climate. The convergence of these factors sets the stage for an event that could significantly influence the global narrative around Bitcoin adoption and its transformative potential. Audience impact. This pioneering summit is generating immense excitement, with many seeing it as a critical moment for global Bitcoin adoption and a testament to El Salvador's innovative approach to digital finance. Discussions are already buzzing about the potential for new partnerships and policy frameworks to emerge from this historic gathering. But the impact of major players continues, with another titan making significant moves in the market. We'll break down what that means next. Michael Saylor Strategy continues aggressive Bitcoin accumulation. In a move that underscores a steadfast belief in the digital asset's long-term potential, Strategy, the world's leading Bitcoin treasury firm, has once again demonstrated its commitment by acquiring an additional 4,048 Bitcoin. This significant purchase, valued at approximately $449.3 million, occurred between August 26 and September 1, marking the seventh consecutive week of substantial buying activity. The average acquisition price for this latest haul was around $110,981 per Bitcoin, showcasing Strategy's consistent strategy of dollar cost averaging into the market, even during periods of price fluctuation. This latest acquisition brings Strategy's total Bitcoin holdings to an impressive 636,505 BTC, a staggering accumulation valued at nearly $70 billion at current market prices. This substantial stash now represents over 3% of the entire circulating supply of Bitcoin, solidifying Strategy's position as one of the largest holders of the cryptocurrency globally. The funding for this latest acquisition was primarily sourced through the company's at-the-market equity offerings. In the period spanning August 26 to September 1, Strategy successfully raised a total of $471.8 million. This capital infusion was predominantly driven by the sale of its Class A common stock, traded under the ticker MSDR. Additional funding was also secured through the sales of shares in SDRF, SDRK, and SDRD, indicating a diversified approach to capital raising to fuel its ongoing Bitcoin accumulation strategy. This strategic purchasing pattern has seen the company add over 39,000 BTC to its reserves just within the current quarter, with a particularly massive purchase of over 21,000 BTC completed at the end of July. This consistent buying behavior highlights a long-term conviction in Bitcoin as a store of value and a hedge against economic uncertainty. Bitcoin itself was trading around the $109,800 mark at the time of reporting, according to CoinGecko. The digital asset experienced some market-wide volatility in the preceding week, dipping as low as $107,295 and ultimately closing August with a slight decrease of approximately 7%. However, these price movements did little to deter Strategy's acquisition plans. In fact, Executive Chairman Michael Saylor seemed to anticipate this buying opportunity, posting on X, formerly Twitter, on Sunday that Bitcoin is on sale, a clear signal of the company's intent to capitalize on any market dips. Strategy now boasts an impressive portfolio with over $23 billion in unrealized gains, according to data from Strategy Tracker, a testament to the effectiveness of its aggressive Bitcoin acquisition strategy. Adding to the company's positive news, Strategy recently managed to successfully navigate a lawsuit brought forth by investors. The plaintiffs had alleged misleading statements related to accounting standards, arguing that the company failed to promptly disclose potential unrealized losses under new regulatory rules. The successful defense against this lawsuit removes a significant overhang for the company and its shareholders, further bolstering confidence in its operational and financial management. Audience impact. Michael Saylor's continued aggressive buying of Bitcoin is being hailed by many in the crypto community as a strong signal of institutional confidence and a validation of Bitcoin's long-term value proposition, further fueling bullish sentiment. And speaking of companies making strategic moves that impact their market performance, we're turning our attention to another major player that's seeing positive results from its restructuring plan. Metaplanet's Bitcoin pivot fuels stock surge. In a clear demonstration of how strategic financial restructuring can resonate with the market, Japan-based Metaplanet has seen its stock price jump by a notable 2.5%. This positive market reaction is directly attributed to the company's decisive pivot towards a Bitcoin-centric strategy, signaling a significant shift in its corporate treasury management and investment outlook. The move reflects a growing trend among publicly traded companies to explore and integrate digital assets, particularly Bitcoin, as a potential hedge against inflation and a store of value in an increasingly uncertain global economic landscape. Metaplanet's proactive approach in adopting Bitcoin as a core part of its financial strategy is being closely watched by investors and industry analysts alike, as it could set a precedent for other companies looking to diversify their holdings and enhance shareholder value in the digital age. The company's commitment to this new direction is underlined by its recent acquisition of an additional 1,009 Bitcoin. This purchase, which occurred following a period of market volatility that saw Bitcoin's price dip, highlights Metaplanet's conviction in the cryptocurrency's long-term prospects. By strategically adding to its Bitcoin reserves, Metaplanet is not only diversifying its balance sheet, but also aligning itself with a growing cohort of institutions that recognize Bitcoin's potential as a digital gold. This strategic asset allocation is designed to provide a hedge against currency debasement and traditional market risks, positioning the company for potential growth in an evolving financial ecosystem. The decision to embrace Bitcoin so boldly comes at a time when institutional adoption is on the rise, with many major financial players and corporations increasingly exploring or investing in digital assets. Metaplanet's proactive stance positions it as an early mover in a trend that could significantly reshape corporate finance in the coming years. This strategic move by Metaplanet comes amidst broader positive market sentiment for Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency has recently recovered from a dip, trading above the $109,175 mark, buoyed by sustained institutional demand and positive macroeconomic indicators. The inflow of $440 million into U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs over the past week further underscores the growing institutional interest and acceptance of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class. Moreover, the anticipation of potential interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve is expected to further stimulate investment in risk assets, including Bitcoin, potentially driving prices even higher. Metaplanet's decision to double down on Bitcoin at this juncture appears well-timed, capitalizing on both market trends and its own strategic restructuring. The company's performance is a strong indicator of how a clear, forward-thinking digital asset strategy can translate into tangible market gains and increased investor confidence. The market will undoubtedly be observing Metaplanet's progress closely as it continues to navigate its Bitcoin-focused future, with its stock performance serving as an early barometer of success for such corporate strategies. Audience impact. Metaplanet's stock surge is being seen as a significant endorsement of Bitcoin-centric corporate strategies, sparking optimism and encouraging discussions among investors about the potential for similar moves by other publicly traded companies. And that wraps up our deep dives for today. But before you go, let's quickly recap the biggest stories. And that's a wrap on today's explosive updates. We saw a potential new era in crypto asset allocation, a historic Bitcoin summit announced for San Salvador, Michael Saylor Strategy continuing its massive Bitcoin buys, and Metaplanet's stock soaring after its Bitcoin-focused restructuring. Don't miss out on any of the action. Smash that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin, ring that notification bell, and hit us up in the comments with your thoughts. Also, make sure to follow us on all our social channels for even more real-time updates. We'll see you on the next one.